Hey guys, today's last sector is K1 Communion on the Moon. It's going to be 3 barriers and 2 overloads. For the exotic, we're going to be using Synthetheps, and we're going to be playing Strand. For the abilities, we're going to have Towering Barricade with Frenzied Blade and Grapple. Since the Synthetheps apply to the Grapple, as well as the Grapple will make us orbs. For the aspects, we're going to have Into the Fray, so we can get Woven Mail from Tangles, as well as Banner of War, since we're going to be using a sword and our melee often. For the first fragment, we're going to have Thread of Transmutation. When you have Woven Mail, Weapon Final Blows create a Tangle. Thread of Isolation. Landing rapid precision hits emits a severing burst from the target. Thread of Warding, picking up an orb of power, grants Woven Mail. And Thread of Fury, damaging targets with tangles, grants melee energy. For the guns, we're going to have a hand cannon for the overloads, as well as a 1-2 punch shotgun. We're going to use this mostly on the overloads as well. The Lament for the barriers, as well as overloads if needed, and the servitors. On the artifact, we're going to want overload hand cannon, as well as Thetonic Tangles. Strong weapon final blows have a chance to generate a tangle. Elemental Fury, this will make our elemental abilities as well as orbs deal more damage to stun champions. Refreshing Pickups, when we pick up a Tangle or Elemental Orb, it gives us energy to our least powered ability. And Elemental Munitions, when we defeat enemies with Tangles, they have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo. For the mods on the helmet, we're going to have a Siphon mod for whatever our shotgun is, as well as a hands-on mod so we get increased super energy on a melee kill. On the gloves, we're going to have 2 heavy-handed mods. The Grapple will also apply the heavy-handed mod and create an orb. On the chestplate, we're going to have 2 solar mods and an arc mod, since there's a lot of arc damage as well as solar damage in the last sector today. And on the boots, we're going to have recuperation, so when we pick up an orb, it will give us 61 HP, as well as an absolution, reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb, and invigoration reduces our melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb. On the mark, we're going to have powerful attraction, as well as bomber and distribution. Alright, moving on to the lost sector, this first room is going to have a barrier in it, and it will spawn when we kill most of the enemies in the room. We're just going to be trying to get the ball rolling with Banner of War before the barrier spawns. It shouldn't be too hard to have ×4 by the time the barrier spawns in. If you have a melee up and you have Banner of War ×4, you should be able to 1-2 punch the barrier and then one-shot it with a melee. In this room, once we kill most of the enemies once again, there will be another barrier that spawns. When I'm in this room, I like to go take care of these snipers early on, since they are the thing in this room that will end up killing you. Once we kill the barrier, we just need to kill everything else in the room, and then the next room will have an overload in it. This tunnel will have an overload in it. If I had Banner of War ×4 there, the 1-2 punch melee would have killed the overload. This boss room will also have an overload in it. We're going to take care of it the same way we took care of the last. Now that the overload's dead, to get the boss to spawn, we need to kill most of the vandals and dregs in the room, and this will spawn a shank. Killing the heavy shank will initiate the boss phase. The game plan for the boss is to try to have Banner of War ×4. For when the boss spawns, we have been holding our super for this entire lost sector for this part. The super has more than enough damage to just stun lock the boss in the doorway and kill him here. Once you kill the boss, since we didn't spawn the barrier, you can loot the chest. Happy farming.